Welcome back to the Spitballin Podcast. It's your boy Chris, back again with another episode. I know I keep saying that. I know I'm tired of saying it, but it is what it is. I get it in when I can, when I can't, when I can, when I can't. So, but we're here again after 2-3 months of another episode. Hopefully you guys click the link again. Hopefully you guys are here listening. It ain't gonna be that much of a long one. It's a little bit more difficult to do one by yourself. Shout out to all the podcasters who do it by themselves, like even with a producer back there who's bouncing stuff off of you. Still a little bit difficult, but it is what it is. What's called, like I was saying before, shout out to everybody who keeps listening, even people that I don't know. My family who keeps telling me, oh, you should do it again, people who want to help me. Shout out to my guy Freddie, always telling me to do it, always trying to help me do it. And but we're here, Fred. Shout out to Fred. You're the reason why I'm doing this right now. Yeah, we're gonna try and knock them out at least once a week. This is my fucking goal, man. Get on my DM and tell me, Chris, where's the pod? Once a week, you said. Once a week, whatever day, once a week. Do it. And put me into shame. Put my words in my fucking mouth. Fucking make me walk the walk and talk the talk. Not just come out here and say, I'm gonna do it, you know. Shout out to my guy Fred. He was definitely one of those guys. And I lost my phone. I don't know where the fuck my phone is, but it is what it is. Yeah, and like the other day I met a guy who's been telling me about the pod, and we talk about poker and shit on my Instagram. I forgot his IG name, but I saw him at FR's concert recently, which was pretty lit right there at the Toyota Arena, December 30th. We saw I forgot his name, EJ Valdez or some shit like that on his Instagram, but it was funny because I've been talking to the guy on Instagram for a while. I think he saw me through my pod anyways, and he's a Cowboys fan, and we'll talk football and shit and poker. And then meeting him at my cousin's concert, he's also an FR fan. Shout out to him for buying tickets. And he's actually an FR fan, and then meeting him, it was like, whoa, what the hell? But it was cool meeting someone that I got to know through Instagram, you know. It's pretty cool. But what's been going on with everyone right now with me that I want to talk about is the 49ers making the Super Bowl run right now. And I honestly don't think any team is better than the 49ers. The Ravens, I don't think they're better. They beat us. Hey, they fucking beat us. We had a bad game. Purdy had a bad game. I think Purdy's allowed to have bad games. I think he's only lost in 20. How long has he been? He's probably played 24 games at this point for the Niners and lost 4. Something like that. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I think he's allowed to lose a couple games, have a couple of bad games. Obviously, you don't want to lose on that spot in that moment versus that team. And go down like that, but I think he's allowed to lose like that. I still don't think the Ravens are a better team head to head. I still think that Lamar had his best game, where Lamar usually makes some bad decisions here and there. And that game he didn't make no bad decision, and Purdy probably made up for Lamar not having those bad decisions. I think that Purdy was just. The moment was a little too much for him. 2 years in, I mean, how can you blame the kid for having a little jitters? You could tell that he has that little. I heard it a couple times, that Brett Favre effect, where, he just wants to do more than what it is, and he'll throw a couple. Which, I mean, if he has the best passer rating in the NFL, even after those interceptions, does he really have that Brett Favre effect? Does he really just start slinging it and throw all these interceptions? I don't think so. Maybe that game, sure, he did. But who wouldn't at home? Who wouldn't have those jitters? Playing versus a guy who's already won an MVP. In Lamar Jackson. And like I said, is Lamar Jackson better than Purdy? Head to head. I think so. I don't think it's like super obvious, but I would I would, if you told me, would you rather have Lamar Jackson than Brock Purdy? Okay, I'll take Lamar for sure. But if we're going this season, I mean it's tough, right? But if we're just gonna go backyard, of course Lamar, right? Um, but the numbers back up Purdy. I think that game didn't help him for sure. Lamar is the MVP. I don't care what happens from here on out this Sunday. I don't think the Niners will play anybody. I don't think the Ravens will play anybody. But it is what it is. I think the Niners are going to win the Super Bowl. I think we're going to do it in San Fran because... Oh, no, wait. It's in Vegas this year. But I think the Niners fans are a good travel team, so I think the Niners will pack it and will win it. Shout out to Kyle Shanahan. What a season the Niners are having. It's been a fun ride this year, but we got to finish it. And just happy that the playoffs run through Levi Stadium. So that's cool. And let's get back to my most hated team in all of sports. The Cowboys, who got lucky versus the Lions. I think the Cowboys are one and done. Even if they play Tampa Bay, I think Tampa Bay is a weird team. They sling it. The only thing that I might just pick the Cowboys just because, they got the better overall team. But I don't know if I could go with the Cowboys because what can go wrong will go wrong. And that always seems to happen to them. And it's been happening for 30 years. But maybe the Jimmy Johnson thing might be good karma. Maybe that was the black cat. Maybe that was the spell that was casted upon Cowboy Stadium, and now it's gone because Jimmy Johnson is in the Ring of Honor. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck cares? I don't think the Cowboys are good enough to beat. I'll even put the Eagles up against them again. I don't give a fuck if their defense is trash. I don't give a fuck. The Eagles have a better quarterback. The Eagles been there, done that. I don't give a fuck. So, shout out to the Eagles, and at the same time, fuck the Eagles and fuck the Cowboys. That's just a fact. Put his fucking stamp on it. And but yeah, that's one thing I wanted to get off my chest. The 49ers making a run. And another thing that I wanted to talk about was the Lakers' weak ass banner fucking, I don't know what the fuck that was. That banner being lifted up to the rafters. Like, man, that shit's embarrassing. Let Oklahoma City do that. Let the fucking Charlotte Hornets do that. Let the fucking Portland Trailblazers do some shit like that. Like, this is La, man. This is Los Angeles, Twinseltown. Like, we don't fucking raise up banners. Come on, man. What kind of shit is that? Even LeBron's face was like, man, come on. Who approved of that? Who said this is Laker Nation? This is what the Lakers are about. No one gives a fuck about that damn in-season tournament. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody. I don't know what the NBA is trying to do with that. Was it cool in the sense of it made every game more? Yeah, but at the end of the day, no one really cared about the outcome. It is what it is. They lost, and then we move on to the season. Like, it's not that big of a deal. So for the Lakers to put up a banner about that next to like Kobe Bryant's number and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and oh my God, it's just embarrassing, honestly. I don't know what's going on. It's like a participation trophy they're trying to put up. So whack, so weak. I don't understand whoever gave that idea should be fired. I think if you put up a poll on any platform you want to put up, and you ask Laker Nation, is that an L or a W? I think it would be come back 100% as an L. Nobody other than Karens are going to think that that's a W. Nobody other than like the leftist of the left person is gonna think that's a W. Laker Nation doesn't give a fuck about that. We want to win championships, and some people in Laker Nation don't even approve of the 2020 bubble championship. I know a couple of them, so I'm on the fence with that. I mean, it still goes down as history as a championship. Players are saying, other than Lakers players are saying that was one of the hardest things to do. The greatest of all time, LeBron James, is saying it. Who am I, a skinny kid, 180 pounds, never played a lick of professional basketball, just watched it my whole life. Who am I to tell that guy, no, it wasn't that important. It wasn't that hard to do that. If he's saying that's harder than traveling across the country and playing in different arenas and doing this and that, if he's saying that's harder, who am I? Who are we? Laker Nation, some of you guys who say that it's not, that it's not a real championship. That's my mindset on it. I'm on the fence about it. I don't hate on it. I don't love it. But what we do need to do is try to figure out who's our third guy in LA, right? Because we know who our number one guy is. This is 38 is the guy who's 38 years of age, and that's LeBron James. We know who our number one guy is, and the problem is that number one guy doesn't always play number one, and he still does. Even when he puts in 15 points, 18 points, he still seems like every time he's out there, he's our best player. And that's sad, because AD, he shows up here, he shows up there. He's like, I don't know. He's like, he shows up whenever he wants. I'm trying to figure out something funny to say, but I got nothing funny to say. It is what it is. With AD, we know who he is. We know he's our number 2, but he could also be our number 7 at one point. It's like so strange with him. So we need to figure out who we could get in there as our number 3. AR-15, he's a solid player. He plays hard. He gives you what he can, but he ain't no number 3. We need to find a number 3 player. Whether I'm hearing rumblings about Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine also is a little scary, injury prone player, but let's mix it up. Let's get somebody in there to want to wear the purple and gold, But yeah, hopefully I really start paying attention after All-Star break. I'll pay attention here and there to the Lakers, but season's so long. I'm just like, I'll pay attention to big matchups, big games. The team that really scares me in the West is the Clippers. They got a lot of guys who just play basketball really well. And the Claw's playing every game, which is really weird. Who knows why he didn't play? Now he's playing because he's healthy, but why didn't he play before? Maybe he was hurt the whole time, Now he's healthy again. And, PG's always been a solid player. Westbrook seemed to have found his role there. James Harden, he might not be there every night like AD, but he might drop 50 one night. You never know. They just got a lot of Zubac. He knows his role really well. I just feel like they're coached really well, Ty Lue. I just feel like that's a team you don't want to see in the playoffs. But we'll see. James Harden is also a person who doesn't want to see the playoffs. He doesn't show up when the playoffs are there. So we'll see. But that's a team that scares me as a Laker fan. But it's a long season, a long way to go. And I'm going to probably just end it there. Don't got much else to say, at least not right now in my mind. But we'll keep trying to bring these podcasts each week. Shout out to everybody who keeps trying to push me to do them. Hopefully there's someone I could reach out that wants to do one. Hopefully I've reached out to a couple people that have more connections in this industry that could that could help me grow this, so it's not just me in my kid's room fucking editing this and trying to figure it out, because I feel like it could become big, man. I feel like I feel like this podcast I just need like a fucking little flame. Just a little flame, a little push, someone with some resources, because I feel like I got something here. So when I go interview someone or I go hang out with someone, and if you want to be on it, let me know, man. Let me know. At this point, we're doing anybody and everybody. When I can, obviously, I'll let you know if you hit me up, or if I hit you up, I'll let you know what I got going on in my life, and then we'll try to work around it. But yeah, man. We'll be back in touch. Spitballin family. Peace.
Yo no soy distinto a ustedes, y hoy en día soy cantante porque ustedes quieren. Me dieron las primeras planas.